like girls?
Of course. But do we have time?
Was Hollywood's golden age as innocent as it looked? Or was it hiding wild secrets? What happens when big stars live even bigger scandals, and how much of it is even true? Today we're going to show 50 gay nymphomaniacs, exploring the blurred line between fact and gossip in Tinseltown's most outrageous stories. Wait, Tinseltown? Well, that's the nickname for Hollywood. How many of you knew it? Let us know in the comments below. Moving on to our juicy gossip. At number 50, we have James Coco. James Coco, known for his comedic roles in films like Only When I Laugh and The Muppets Take Manhattan, kept his private life hidden. Although he never publicly identified as gay, his friends and colleagues were aware of his sexuality. Coco's memorable performances in Hollywood left a lasting impact, and he passed away in 1987, inspiring future comedy actors. Number 49, Kerwin Matthews. Kerwin Matthews, the actor best known for his roles in fantasy films like The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad and Octoman, led a life that was both professionally celebrated and personally private. While many knew him for his contributions to the genre, few knew about his personal life. Matthews lived with his partner, Tom Nichol, for over 46 years. They moved to San Francisco in the 1960s, where Matthews openly embraced his identity as a gay man, though he kept the details of his relationship relatively private. It wasn't until after his passing in 2007 that his long-term relationship became widely known, showing a side of the actor that was kept from the public eye during his career.
It's mighty small print. They can read. Those are just inexpensive sets. I couldn't afford to repair them.
Number 48, Robert Reed. Robert Reed is best known as Mike Brady on The Brady Bunch, but he kept his sexuality a secret out of fear for his career. In his memoir, Sex, Drugs, and Pilot Season, casting director Joel Thuram recalled hookups with Reed and noted that most of the attendees at industry parties in the 70s were gay. He was a person who loved cars, and unfortunately, his death was also caused by a car crash. Number 47, Marlon Brando. Marlon Brando, openly bisexual, was often seen as the better half of James Dean. In 1976, he remarked to a French journalist, "Homosexuality is so in fashion that it no longer makes sense." He acknowledged having homosexual experiences like many men without shame. Despite his openness, Brando stated in his memoir, Songs My Mother Taught, that he had never had a relationship with James Dean. Number 46, Rudolph Valentino. Rudolph Valentino, the great lover of the 1920s, had his sexuality clouded by rumors throughout his life. His first marriage ended suddenly when his wife, a lesbian, left him for her lover. Later, Valentino married Natasha Rambova, but that union was also short-lived. He had close relationships with men, especially French actor Jean Eichel, sparking speculation. While Valentino denied being gay, biographers like Emily and Alan Ellenberger suggested he was likely straight. However, documents from author Samuel Stewart's estate hint at a romantic relationship between him and Eichel, adding more mystery to his personal life. Number 45, Tab Hunter. Tab Hunter, an extraordinary actor, began his career at 17 years old, often cast as a soldier and the object of leading ladies' affections. His popularity among young female fans led him to keep his sexuality secret, as Hollywood was not ready for homosexuality at the time. A magazine, Confidential, exposed his arrest for lewdness, which indicated signs of homosexuality in public. His movie studio dismissed the allegation, and the public quickly forgot. Tab concealed this secret throughout his career, but later revealed his relationship with actor Anthony Perkins in a 2005 memoir, Tab Hunter, Confidential.
Everything's fixed. I'm in.
Stand up. Take your hat off my desk.
Number 44, Cary Grant. Cary Grant, a prominent British-American actor, is celebrated for his roles in His Girl Friday and North by Northwest. Though he married 5 times, all ended in divorce, and he was seen as a ladies' man. The documentary, Women He's Undressed, claims he was bisexual and had to conceal his sexuality due to Hollywood's homophobia. Clark Gable had a long-term, wild relationship with costume designer Ori Kelly, marked by arguments over Grant's attraction to blonde women. Despite his charming exterior, reports suggest he was abusive. He even threw Kelly from a moving vehicle during a fight. Also, here's the twist. Rumors indicate that he had an intimate relationship with his roommate, actor Randolph Scott, for years. Number 43, Ramon Navarro. Ramon Navarro, the handsome star of the 1925 Ben-Hur, rose to fame in Hollywood but faced a personal struggle with his sexuality, influenced by a strict Catholic upbringing. This internal conflict led him to alcoholism, and he secretly sought companionship by hiring hustlers. Tragically, these choices played a role in his untimely death. Now, how did the hustlers impact Navarro's death? Well, Navarro hired 2 young brothers, Paul and Tom Ferguson, who brutally tortured and killed him for money. The brothers were later convicted, imprisoned, and eventually paroled. After his death, Navarro's sexuality was revealed, shocking the public at the time. Number 42, Cesar Romero. Cesar Romero, the most famous star of the Golden Age, enchanted us with his acting and striking smile at 6 feet 3 inches in height. This Cuban-American actor shared the screen with legends like Marlene Dietrich and Carole Lombard, and was a lifelong friend of Joan Crawford. Romero is best known for portraying the Joker in the original 1996 Batman film. One curious fact about Romero involves his sexuality. Although he is open with friends and colleagues, he kept it a secret from the public throughout his career. Number 41, Montgomery Clift. Montgomery Clift rose to fame with A Place in the Sun and From Here to Eternity. Struggling with substance abuse, his career was forever changed by a car crash that caused permanent injuries. In 2018, a documentary revealed that Clift's mother knew of his sexuality, and in 2000, Elizabeth Taylor publicly confirmed he was gay at the GLAAD Media Awards.
Tired of expensive, low-effort script writers for your YouTube channel? Autoscripter.ai is the ultimate solution. Say goodbye to low-quality, poorly retention amateur scripts that fail to generate thousands of views for your channel. At a fraction of the cost, Autoscripter.ai helps your videos go viral. In just 3 steps, Autoscripter.ai creates a polished script tailored to your needs. Just input your title concept, select your tone and style. The intuitive interface makes editing and refining effortless, fast, smart, and trusted by hundreds of satisfied users who have already discovered the amazing tool. Start your free trial today and watch Autoscripter.ai transform your YouTube channel. Just click the link in the video description below now.
Number 40, Rock Hudson. Rock Hudson, a beloved American heartthrob, hid his sexuality from the public during his Hollywood career. His life took a turn when Confidential magazine threatened to expose him, leading him to marry his secretary, Phyllis Gates, though their marriage ended after 3 years. In 1962, Hudson began a long relationship with stockbroker Lee Garlington. Hudson's story was featured in Ryan Murphy's 2020 Netflix series Hollywood. In 1984, Hudson was diagnosed with HIV, becoming the first major celebrity to reveal his diagnosis. He passed away from AIDS complications in 1985.
You're the key to our case, and he knows it. We can't go to trial for 2 weeks. Your life's going to be in danger every minute.
Number 39, Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn was the ultimate Hollywood heartthrob, right? He was famous for his adventurous roles and had a wild lifestyle to match. Everyone knew about his many affairs, which made him fit the nymphomaniac label perfectly. His charm drew people in, but his reckless behavior often led to trouble. It's like his life was as exciting as the movies he starred in. Number 38, Barbara Lamar. In the 1920s, Barbara Lamar was the talk of Hollywood, not just for her acting, but for her wild lifestyle too. She is known as the girl who was too beautiful. She partied hard and got married 5 times, with some marriages kept secret. She thrived on attention and romance, but her partying eventually took its toll. She passed away at just 29 years old from tuberculosis, which was made worse by her busy, non-stop lifestyle. Number 37, Lupe Velez. What fiery twist of fate led an actress so passionate to shoot the man everyone knew as her famous boyfriend? Lupe Velez arrived in Hollywood in the 1920s with big dreams and an even bigger personality. She is famous for her fiery roles and passionate real life. She had a wild romance with Gary Cooper, so intense that she once shot him during an argument. She also dated Charlie Chaplin and Clark Gable, creating non-stop drama. But Lupe couldn't control her emotions or the constant need for love. Whenever she chases romance, she suffers heartbreak after heartbreak. Tragically, her story ended in 1944 when she after a failed relationship and an unexpected pregnancy. Number 36, Rita Hayworth. Rita Hayworth, the love goddess of the 1940s, mesmerized audiences with her beauty and charm, yet struggled to find the deep love she really craved. Rita Hayworth began as a dancer in Mexican bars with her father, long before becoming a Hollywood icon. Rita married 5 times, including to director Orson Welles and a royal prince. But she famously said, "Men go to bed with Gilda, but wake up with me," feeling like her sexy screen image overshadowed her true self. Despite her shyness, she sought love through affairs and quick marriages, hoping to find the real thing. Rita died on May 14, 1987, from Alzheimer's disease, a battle that robbed her of her memory and health in her final years. Number 35, Marion Davies. Want to hear about the actress who dated one of the richest men in America, but still couldn't stop falling for other guys? Meet Marion Davies. She was funny, talented, and famously the girlfriend of newspaper tycoon William Randolph Hearst. But here's the twist. Even though Hearst showered her with everything, Marion reportedly had an affair with Charlie Chaplin. Hearst was furious and threw tantrums, yet she stayed with him until his death. But Marion was known for being flirty with other Hollywood men, always chasing excitement, even in the face of her powerful lover's jealousy. Number 34, Louise Brooks. Louise Brooks, the iconic actress with the famous black bob haircut, couldn't care less about society's rules. Before acting, Louise was a dancer with a top New York company, bringing elegance to her films. She dated whoever she wanted, men and women, and never hid it, even in the 1920s, when most kept such things secret. What's even more impressive is that she rejected Hollywood's bigwigs, who wanted her to act more ladylike. Louise lived life on her own terms, famously saying she wasn't gay or straight, she just liked who she liked. Number 33, Jane Mansfield. Jane Mansfield was Hollywood's ultimate party girl in the 1950s, always making headlines with her bold persona. What hidden talents did the "ooh" girl have aside from her famous catchphrase? Well, she was fluent in 5 languages and could play the violin. However, her smartness didn't help her much in her love life. Jane was married 3 times, but had tons of boyfriends on the side, including rumors of an affair with JFK. She loved being in Playboy and used her sexy image to stay in the spotlight. Some say she was addicted to attention and would do anything for it. Tragically, Jane died in a car crash at just 34 years old. Number 32, Gene Tierney. Gene Tierney, the classic Hollywood beauty, known for Laura and other hits, had a love life as dramatic as her films. Born into a wealthy family, they weren't thrilled when she pursued acting. Talk about family drama. Her first marriage to designer Oleg Cassini was intense but rough, with Gene having secret affairs during and after their marriage. Sadly, Gene struggled with bipolar disorder, which added more chaos to her relationships. Jean passed away on November the 6th, 1991, at 70 years old from complications related to emphysema, a result of her smoking history. Number 31. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford wasn't just famous for her acting, her love life was just as legendary. Starting as a dancer in low-budget shows, she quickly became a Hollywood star with a string of affairs, including with Clark Gable, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., and Spencer Tracy. Joan married 5 times, but it wasn't just love she was after. She used her relationships to climb the Hollywood ladder and stay in the spotlight. Joan was known for being incredibly controlling in her relationships, which might explain why she went through so many husbands. Number 30. Mabel Normand. Did you know silent movie star Mabel Normand's life was so scandalous that she got mixed up in 2 different murder cases? Mabel was one of the first comedy queens, bringing laughs in the early 1900s when most actresses stuck to tragic roles. Even Charlie Chaplin learned a few tricks from her. But here's where it gets wild. Mabel was somehow connected to 2 murder mysteries. First, her friend, director William Desmond Taylor, was killed in 1922. Then, in 1924, someone used her gun to shoot a millionaire. She wasn't the killer, but wow, talk about bad luck. Her love life was just as messy. She dated powerful Hollywood men and threw wild parties. Sadly, her struggles with drugs only made everything worse.
After what I've done. Listen, when women go wrong, men go right after them.
Number 29. Mae West. Can you believe an actress who once was arrested just because of the way she walked? Mae West wasn't just naughty, she was throwing people in jail kinda naughty. She wrote her own movies and plays, taking full control of her career, which was pretty impressive for the 1930s. While she was flirty on screen, Mae kept her relationships private. She had a longtime boyfriend, Paul Novak, who was 30 years younger than she was, and they stayed together from 1954 until she died in 1980. Mae was ahead of her time, supporting gay rights in the 1920s and writing plays on taboo subjects. Number 28. Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow, the iconic movie star known for her glamorous image and famous love affairs, faced tragic events behind the scenes. One of the most mysterious was the death of her second husband, which cast a shadow over her life. But what caused Hollywood's original platinum blonde to pass away at just 26 years old? Well, her signature platinum blonde hair came at a cost. Chemicals used in treatments may have contributed to her health struggles. Harlow battled kidney disease as well, though it was misdiagnosed at the time. Despite her success, she had little control over her finances. Her overbearing mother, Mama Jean, managed everything, leaving Jean with little to say in her own life. Number 27. Clara Bow. What dark secrets drove Hollywood's first it girl to retreat from fame at just 28? Well, the Brooklyn-born star, who became the highest-paid actress in 1929, found herself at the center of a scandal in Hollywood. While women were expected to be modest, Bow openly dated multiple men, including rumored affairs with the entire USC football team. In 1931, her former secretary leaked private details about her love life, sending Hollywood's rumor mill into overdrive. The stress led to a mental breakdown, and Bow eventually left Hollywood to live a quieter life on a Nevada ranch with her husband, Rex Bell. Number 26. Joan Collins. Joan Collins navigated 5 whirlwind marriages, including a heartbreaking relationship with Warren Beatty, whose constant cheating shattered her. But the real drama began when her third husband's drug addiction drained her finances, leaving her nearly broke. The true shocker came, however, when Collins discovered her male Dynasty co-stars earned significantly more than her, despite her character Alexis being the show's main draw. She channeled her sharp humor into best-selling novels and memoirs. Now in her 90s, Collins has had relationships with both men and women, though she kept her same-sex relationships private in Hollywood's less accepting days.
Aren't you funny? Don't you know that a man being rich is like a girl being pretty?
Number 25. Marilyn Monroe. Hollywood's iconic dumb blonde Marilyn Monroe was anything but superficial. She openly collected an impressive library of over 400 books, including works by Dostoevsky and Joyce. While the world admired her curvy figure, Marilyn was deeply intellectual. However, her love life was troubled. Baseball legend Joe DiMaggio became jealous after her famous skirt blowing in the wind episode, wanting her to be a housewife. Her marriage to playwright Arthur Miller seemed ideal, but his emotional neglect worsened her depression. Marilyn was also rumored to have had affairs with the Kennedy brothers. She battled addiction and the pressures of Hollywood, tragically passing away at just 36 years old. Number 24, Zsa Zsa Gabor. Before Zsa Zsa Gabor became famous for her 9 marriages and humorous one-liners, she had an extraordinary backstory. She escaped Nazi-occupied Europe in the late 1930s, reinventing herself in America. Zsa Zsa dazzled Hollywood with her charm and beauty, quickly becoming known for her sharp business mind and clever jokes like, "I never hated a man enough to give him his diamond back." Starring in over 60 films, including Moulin Rouge, Zsa Zsa was a symbol of resilience and glamour. Number 23, Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor was a glamorous star with violet eyes and 8 marriages. She was a woman of courage and compassion. What drove a Hollywood beauty queen to become one of the earliest and most vocal AIDS activists? Her close relationship with Rock Hudson, who died of AIDS complications, inspired her to take action. Taylor founded AMFAR and raised millions for AIDS research at a time when many were reluctant to even discuss the disease. Taylor battled numerous health issues herself, including 40 surgeries and chronic pain. Number 22, Tallulah Bankhead. The well-known host for Wild Parties, Tallulah Bankhead, was unapologetically herself, exhibiting her relationships with both men and women, including Patsy Kelly and Billie Holiday. She coined the term ambisextrous, reflecting her open and fluid sexuality. In an era when women were expected to be modest, she was refreshingly bold. Bankhead's parties were infamous, and her wild lifestyle fueled by cocaine contributed to her health issues. Number 21, Lana Turner. Lana Turner, Hollywood's most passionate actress, had 7 marriages to 6 different men. She is known for her intense love affairs. She even once said she fell in love too easily. But none of her relationships were as dramatic as the one with gangster Johnny Stompanato. Their explosive affair ended in tragedy when her teenage daughter, Cheryl, stabbed Stompanato to protect her mother from his abuse. Despite the scandals, Turner continued her career, but her personal life overshadowed her immense acting talent.
Why couldn't they see it? It still puzzles me.
Number 20, Frances Farmer. Frances Farmer, born in 1913, was a talented actress with a bold personality. Unlike many women of her time, she openly discussed her sexuality, defied authority, and resisted Hollywood's constraints. However, bravery doesn't guarantee protection. Her troubles began with a drunk driving arrest, a minor mistake that spiraled in Hollywood. The media turned against her, and her family abandoned her. Ultimately, she was declared mentally incompetent and committed to a psychiatric institution. Number 19, Ava Gardner. Ava Gardner, a small-town girl who rose to become one of Hollywood's most talked-about women, had a roller coaster love life. Her marriages to Mickey Rooney, Artie Shaw, and Frank Sinatra were passionate, but also unpredictable and often fierce. Gardner famously declared that she liked her whiskey old and her men young, resisting society's expectations. Despite the press labeling her a nymphomaniac, she lived her life unapologetically, embracing her own desires and rules. Number 18, Sophia Loren. Sophia Loren's journey from a small Italian town to international stardom is one of guts and determination. Despite humble beginnings, she became a symbol of beauty, talent, and perseverance. Loren's love story with Carlo Ponti, whom she married twice after facing bigamy charges, was the centerpiece of her personal life. Together, they had 2 sons and remained dedicated to each other until Ponty's death in 2007. Number 17, Barbara Lamar. What happens when a Hollywood star lives life faster than the movies she stars in? Barbara was a film star who shone brightly but briefly. Barbara is also known as the girl who was too beautiful, and she lived a whirlwind life filled with excitement. Rejecting sleep as a waste, she spent nights at Hollywood parties. Although she married multiple times, some unions remained secret. Tragically, her wild lifestyle led to health issues, and she passed away at 29, with rumors claiming her extreme living contributed to her downfall. Number 16, Joan Blondell. Joan Blondell, a trendsetter in Hollywood, carved her own space in the 1930s and 1940s with her sharp intelligence and charisma. In her screwball comedies, she celebrated her sexuality and confidently lived life by her own rules. Blondell's personal life was just as colorful as her career was, with 3 marriages and relationships with powerful figures in the industry.
I'm Aisha.
No last name?
Arabs don't have last names, do they?
Number 15, Claudia Cardinale. Claudia Cardinale's rise from a small Italian town to becoming an international film icon is a story of talent, perseverance, and overcoming adversity. Her breakthrough came with films like Mezzo Mezzo and Once Upon a Time in the West, cementing her place in cinematic history. Despite facing criticism and sexualization, Cardinale shined through, proving that her talent had no limits. She became one of the most recognizable actresses of the 1960s, earning admiration both for her acting skills and her ability to rise above the challenges that came her way. Number 14, Greta Garbo. Have you guys ever met someone so mysterious that people can't stop talking about them? Well, that's Greta Garbo, the symbol of mystery. She was a Hollywood legend who preferred privacy over publicity. Born in 1905, Greta Garbo shined away from the limelight in a way few stars could. Her mysterious love life only added to her charm, with whispers of relationships with both men and women, though no one was ever sure. MGM, her studio, carefully crafted her public persona, keeping her personal life under wraps. Number 13, William Haynes. Known as Hollywood's first openly gay star, William Haynes was a popular leading man in the 1920s and 1930s. He refused to hide his sexuality, even at the cost of his career. Haynes chose love over fame, staying with his partner Jimmy Shields for nearly 5 decades. Number 12, Charles Laughton. An acclaimed British actor, Charles Laughton was known for his powerful performances in films like The Private Life of Henry VIII. Charles had relationships with men throughout his life and was openly gay among friends, though he maintained a more private, public persona.
You won't get in trouble with me. I'm too old to care.
Number 11, John Gielgud. A legendary British actor and director, John Gielgud was openly gay and had numerous affairs with men. His talent shone in both theater and film, and he became a respected figure in the arts while navigating the complexities of his sexuality. Number 10, Anthony Perkins. Best known for his chilling role as Norman Bates in Psycho, Perkins had relationships with men during his entire life. His struggles with identity and acceptance reflected the challenges many LGBTQ+ individuals faced in Hollywood at the time. Number 9, Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman was a talented actress admired for her elegance and purity. But behind the scenes, she had wild emotions and courage. In the late 1940s, Bergman shocked America by falling in love with Italian director Roberto Rossellini while married to a Swedish doctor. Their relationship was a bold statement about love. After the birth of her illegitimate child, public reaction was harsh, with the U.S. Senate calling her, quote, an instrument of evil, end quote. Number 8, David Niven. The charming British actor was known for his roles in classic films like A Matter of Life and Death. While he presented a heterosexual image publicly, Niven's close relationships with men led to speculation about his sexual orientation. Number 7. John Houseman. An accomplished actor and producer, John Houseman was known for his work in theater and film. He had relationships with men all his life and was part of the vibrant LGBTQ+ community within the entertainment industry. Number 6. Roddy McDowall. Starting as a child star, Roddy McDowall became a beloved actor, known for his roles in Planet of the Apes and Fright Night. He was openly gay among friends and had relationships with men while remaining discreet about his personal life in public.
Evidently wants
Number
me to
5.
say
John
something about
Barrymore.
my private life.
John Barrymore was a legendary actor, known for his powerful performances on stage and in films during the early 20th century. Often referred to as the Great Profile for his striking looks, Barrymore had a rough personal life filled with numerous affairs and marriages. His reputation as a nymphomaniac stemmed from his many romantic entanglements, including high-profile relationships with actresses like Dolores Costello and later a scandalous affair with actress and singer Mary Astor. Barrymore's charm and charisma made him a captivating figure in Hollywood, but his excessive lifestyle and struggles with alcoholism often overshadowed his talent. Number 4. Paul Lynde. Paul Lynde was a beloved comedian and actor, known for his sharp wit and memorable roles as Uncle Arthur on Bewitched. While he was famous for his campy humor, much of it included double entendres about his sexuality. While he faced challenges in being a closeted gay man, his reputation for having many romantic encounters led others to perceive him as overly flirtatious. Lynde's comedic brilliance often masked deeper personal conflicts, including battles with alcoholism, making him a complex figure in Hollywood history whose legacy continues to resonate today. Number 3. Clifford Odets. A prominent playwright and screenwriter, Clifford Odets had relationships with men that were often kept private due to societal expectations. His work reflected the struggles of individuals fighting with identity during a time when being openly gay was fraught with risk. Number 2. Fernando Lamas. An Argentine actor and director, Fernando Lamas was known for his roles in films like The Merry Widow and The Man from Del Rio. He was rumored to have had relationships with both men and women throughout his career. Lamas was often seen as a sophisticated and charming figure who contributed to the speculation about his private life. Number 1. Robert Walker. Best known for his role in Alfred Hitchcock's Strangers on a Train, Robert Walker had a reputation for being charming and talented. His personal life included rumors of relationships with men, particularly during the height of his career in the 1940s. Walker's struggles with mental health and substance abuse added complexity to his story, reflecting the pressures faced by many actors of that era. Well, that's a wrap, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. And did you guess any of the stars to be on the list? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more jaw-dropping stories from Hollywood's past and present. And if you're itching for more drama, check out our previous video. It's seriously the one you won't want to miss. Until next time, folks.